I welcome you to Chemistry 30, and in this opportunity, we're going to go over certain things that you should understand, and hopefully you do really well of what to expect. So first things first, when you go to get started, you're going to be realizing in here, there's important things in here to help you get ready to roll on this course. And when you click on course information, what Schoology really wants you to push for is clicking on this next button. When you click on the next button, it tells you all the important information that's on that page, and then you keep on going until you have an assessment of some way or another. This is the main textbook we'll be using, the Nelson Chemistry book. And with that said, keep in mind this is how you're going to be graded. You will realize your midterm and final are both 25% each, but they're only dealing with that section you'll be working on. And um, 70% of your final grade will be school awarded, and then the remaining 30 will be your diploma that you should be written in August. Just giving you a heads up on that. Due dates and so forth, just to explain to you right there about diploma expectations and supervising exams. You will be basically being supervised over Google Meets. Just giving you a heads up on that. So when you get to an exam, a midterm, and final, which does appear in this course, there we go, you will realize that you will have to set up Google Meet with me between the 9 to 2 hours of your teacher that works during the week. And now, if for any reason you're not available for those times, unfortunately, that was one of the agreements that this year that we are forcing for this for every student to be available that time. So if you're working that day, that the midterm is scheduled, make sure you reach out to your teacher so you set up the next day or before that day. You want to give about 24-hour notice about that, just giving you heads up on that too. Otherwise, we are ready to roll on other bits of the course where it talks about contact information. This is how you would want to reach out to me. You will realize you could do that by email, texting, or you can also use the Schoology message feature, and that's found right over right here. So just click on new message, find me. When you type in Angelo, you could find me right away, Mr. Delasanti, there he is. Then I could help you on your journey. Your calendar is going to be very helpful for you to be successful in the course too. Keep in mind, there is also upcoming messages right here for you, but past due ones, you do have to click on the cross and you'll see past due assignments and so forth. Hopefully you never have that issue where you have past due assignments, but just giving you heads up, that's where that be found. Due dates, very important to open up because on here it'll tell you what things are due. You will realize it's a fast-paced course. You're handing everything in every day. There's about these lesson threes, lesson fours are self checks. Basically, it will mark itself, but you do have to complete them, and you will have 2 attempts to do those. The module one is summative assessments. There's 8 of those because each module will be finished off with a summative assessment. That's where you have some written response questions in there, making sure you have some lab understanding too, virtual labs that are done in there too, to help you make sure that all the outcomes are met properly. Midterm, as I was saying, you're going to be supervised. So July 15th doesn't work for you, then ask for July 14th or earlier dates or later dates. But it has to be done before everything has to be done by July 25th by 2 p.m. Just giving you a heads up on that. So make sure you record that in your books. And your diploma is also on August 12th. Make sure you show up to that, wherever school you set up in your MyPass to get that done. Plagiarism Pledge and AI with the student introduction and teacher introduction will be found at the in the Get Started here. Or you'll also notice it's on the top right hand corner here for now. Um, with those, what's important is that as I talked about how you're going to be evaluated, but other things are important of knowing is well, how many assessments you're going to be marking, and so forward with that. You will realize the easiest way to know that is looking back on your actual um, uh, due dates. Now, main textbook, as we said, Nelson, but you can also use a secondary textbook to help you through this journey. When you click on those main textbooks, it will give you the chapters for it, and then there's even a glossary and so forth to help you work your way through it. Uh, with that said, teacher student introduction, don't forget to introduce yourself and so forth to the class. If you want to check your grades, always check on Schoology side of things by clicking on grades, because when you have that opportunity understanding how you're going to be getting graded, you will realize it doesn't go to PowerSchool instantly, and it does give time for that, about 24 hours notice for that. So that's what's important for that. Here is the grades. My screen looks different from yours. So you want to click on grades on the left-hand side, and you'll have that opportunity. Late assignments, if for any reason you're not making the deadlines for it, you probably will get an email from me or a message from me some way or another indicating that, okay, well, you might be best to withdraw, might be go back on track. You need to do this new game plan, but everything has to be handed in by 25th of June at 2 p.m. With that said, I don't think there's anything else that comes to mind right now. Keep in mind, you do want the formula sheet available for you. Get familiar with it, your data booklet. On there, there's a periodic table of those symbols, a certain Faraday's constant you'll learn, KW also you'll learn, and then units. These Hess's law where you have to use these values, solubility table, flame chart. Yes, your oxidizing and reducing agents of this chart right here to help you on that. Here's the relative strengths of acids and bases for later on. And then acid-base indicators will also be helpful. So with all of that, you will learn all of that unless you're upgrading this course. So this is not might be new for you for people who've done it before. With that said, if there's anything else you need to get a hold of me, like prior knowledge videos, there will be 7 of them that are found in the course. Do start off each folder every time you start with Priceline Next, and then make sure you actually watch the video and then click on Submit Assignment. And as it says, once it's done, state completed. So click on State Assignment and then click on Create because it gives you 3 tabs, Upload, Create, and Resources. You want to click on Create, and then it'll allow you to actually put completed in the space there, saying that you have completed that. You want to do the same thing for your actual plagiarism pledge because it's going to look very similar on that. And you find that in the Get Started Course Information folder. Wrong button there I clicked on. Okay, we'll try that again. And course information, and right around here, plagiarism pledge. So what you want to do, read all of that material, italicize the material right here, and then copy, Control C or Command C, matters what computer you have. When you copy, don't forget to click right here. You don't see it on my end because I'm the teacher version. On your student version, you'll have that opportunity to click on that, and then you submit assignment, paste it into the create button, and then put in your name and contact info because that's the best way to contact you, and date. Okay, with that said, hopefully you're ready to roll. If there's any concerns, you know how to get a hold of me.